Hey, it's Chris Miles. Today's episode in the 5 Picks of the Week features artists from Virginia, Mississippi, Arkansas, Denver, Colorado, and one from Down Under. And it's not even Dancing with the Stars. Stick around. We got all the details coming up in just a little bit. Hey, it's Chris Miles. Today's episode of New on Music Row. I don't even know what episode number we're on. I should have looked. I forgot to do that. I apologize. But you know what? You guys have been sticking with me for so long. You know where we're at. And of course, last week we had some great music that we featured, and we've got some more great music to feature this week. And I've got some insider information. And we'll also take a look at the concerts that are coming up this weekend and who to expect in your area as well, too, in case you haven't caught some of these big acts. A couple of big acts coming to the Chicagoland area this weekend. We're going to talk about those all coming up in the show today. But first, as we always do, let's talk about the 5 picks from last week. Last week, we featured Luke Combs' Days Like These. And where did it end up on the streaming side of things? Well, 2.1 million streams, airplays, and things of that nature, which it's Luke Combs. I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer. That's exactly what you'd expect it to be. Up next was Kane Brown and Unspoken. Kane came in at about 928,000 streams. And, you know, again, kind of where we expected it to be as well. Jake Owen's Middle-Aged Crazy was the next one that we featured on the 5 Picks of the Week. This one ended up at about 86,000 streams, a little lower than I thought it would. But, you know, it's been a minute since Jake has been on the scene, so I'm sure his fans are just kind of trying to rush to it and figure things out as well. Up next, huge surprise of the week to some, not to me, because I've seen Bailey Zimmerman live, and I'll tell you what, he is a powerhouse. And his streams from this past week, 4 million streams alone on Chevy Silverado. You know what to be expected. I mean, he's your next big star. I mean, he's already kind of there, but he's going to get bigger over the course of his career for sure. And then last but not least, we featured a guy named Owen Ringling. He's got a song out there called Tailgate This Town, and it did about 185,000 streams. Owen's a guy that you need to have on the radar, so make sure you check him out as well. So let's move on to the 5 picks of the week. But speaking of that, though, thank you again for your comments. What did you think of the 5 picks from last week? Any thumbs up, thumbs down? Feel free to vote in the comments if you want. Always make suggestions. Like I said, last week feature had one of the artists that one of you guys recommended. So guys and gals, I should say, right? Because, I mean, who knows who we are talking to on the internet, right? But, you know, again, we're talking about country music, and so that's what we're all about, country music enthusiasts, right? So taking a look at the 5 picks of the week, we got Shaboozey and Jelly Roll with a song called Amen. You may have heard it already because it's been featured a couple different places, but it's going to be playing on the radio now. Shaboozey, of course, from Woodridge, Virginia. And since this is a Shaboozey song, we're just going to talk about Shaboozey, not too much about Jelly Roll. Not that I don't want to talk about Jelly Roll, but just because it's a Shaboozey song and Jelly Roll's featured on the song. So checking out some things from Shaboozey, of course, a song that put him on the market. A lot of people would be like, yeah, play that Tipsy song. And as a former DJ playing in the clubs, I'd be like, there's a lot of songs named Tipsy. So you need to be a little bit more specific. It's called the bar song, Tipsy, but, you know, obviously the chorus like, hey, everybody get a little tipsy, right? Anyway, there's also like a hip-hop song that's called Tipsy as well, too. That's playing in my head right now, so you're welcome with that. Other great stuff from Shaboozey, Good News, which is a good song, actually. Blink. And then a song I really dig a lot, Twice Took a Walk, which is from the Long Walk soundtrack. That's the one that's been, or Blink Twice Took a Walk, and it's an absolutely amazing song, and it's one that I'm really digging right now. So you should probably give a listen to it and tell me what you think about it there as well too. Moving on, we've got Jamison Rogers, who is from Batesville, Mississippi. And he's got a song called Couldn't Wait to Grow Up. And I absolutely love this song This is the one of the 5 picks of the week. This is the one that I really want to push this week. So this is the one that we're going to put in our give a little more love category as well too. I won't get into too much about Jameson Rogers because we've got some footage I think that we're going to be sharing with today's episode when we talk about our Rising Star Spotlight, which we'll do in just a little bit. But Jameson Rogers, I'm going to ask you guys to really pump this song because it's got a great message. It's a great story. I think some of country music nowadays, we're veering away in certain places away from the storytelling country music. And I feel like this is one of those songs where it just tells an amazing story from start to end, and it's just absolutely beautiful, absolutely amazing, and totally beautiful. See what I did there? I combined the 2 words in once. But Jameson Rogers, it shouldn't be somebody you don't know. If you ever heard a song called "Cold Beer Calling My Name," then that's Jameson Rogers. "Some Girls," another great song from him. "My Kind of Livin'," and then "Mine for the Summer," another great song from him to check out as well. So Jameson Rogers featured on the 5 picks of the week. And then also we're going to make him the song that needs a little bit more love this week. Moving on, Joe Nichols got a new song out called "Goodbyes Are Hard to Listen To." Joe, of course, big in the late 90s, early 2000s with songs like "Tequila Makes Her Clothes Come Off." They might call off too. I don't know. Anyway, they're striking. Yikes, we're not going to go in. I'm going to stop right there. Anyway, "My Kind of Livin'," and then, sorry, not "My Kind of Livin'," that was a different artist. "Tequila Makes Her Clothes Come Off." Let's try that again. We'll start all over. "Tequila Makes Her Clothes Come Off," "Broken Heartsville," "Sunny in 75, and "The Impossible." All great songs from Joe Nichols that you should check out. And Joe, of course, making his way on the 5 picks of the week with "Goodbyes Are Hard to Listen To." Tell me what you think about that song in the comments. Morgan Evans is the guy that we're featuring from Australia. You thought it was going to be Keith Urban, didn't you? Well, remember, Keith is from New Zealand, not Australia. So there we go. Morgan Evans, "Beer Back Home." Great song. I'm a little worried that it's not going to get the love that it should, just because people may still be jaded because of the whole Kelsey Ballerini thing and him. I don't know. We'll see. It's a great song. Take a listen to it and tell me what you think. I think it's great. I think it deserves airplay. Of course, some of Morgan's other great songs, "Kiss Somebody," "Day Drunk," "Over for You," and then "Love Is Real." He's got some great stuff, and he's a great artist, so give him a listen. And then last but not least, the guy from Denver, Colorado, this is Altus. And he's got a song called "The Devil Ain't Done." It's a catchy tune, and I think you're going to start hearing it on the radio, and I think you're going to enjoy it. He's got some other great stuff as well too. "Take Me Home," "Oh No," "Perfect," and "This Is War." He's also got some other songs that I can't necessarily mention, although technically we're not like actually sharing the airwaves that are ruled by the government, so I guess I could say it. But a couple of his songs have like very explicit titles, and they kind of remind me of another artist. Not that he has explicit titles in his songs, but because he does have a song that's called "Bitches." And I'm talking about Mitchell Tenpenny. Got to see him over the weekend again, and I forgot about that song and how much I actually love that song. So anyway, but Altus has got a couple of songs that are kind of like in the lines of "Bitches." And if you know Mitchell Tenpenny and you know the song "Bitches," then you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's the top 5 for the week, the 5 picks for the week, I should say. Shaboozey and Jelly Roll doing "Amen," which I think that one's going to go straight up to the charts. Another big one for Shaboozey, I think. "Couldn't Wait to Grow Up" from Jameson Rogers. That's the one we're also including in our in our song that needs a little bit more love of the week. The song I like to end with a bang, the thing I like to end with a bang with, that's going to be in that particular slot for this week. Joe Nichols, "Goodbyes Are Hard to Listen To." Morgan Evans, "Beer Back Home." Again, I think you should take a listen to it and give it the support that it needs because it's a great song. Who cares about his history and what happened? I mean, he's an artist, right? Things happen. We all make mistakes. We're all human. Nobody's perfect. Yeah. And last but not least, the 5 picks of the week, Altus with a song called "The Devil Ain't Done." Let me know what you think in the comments. You got any suggestions you want to make? Any other things you want to talk about? Please feel free. Hit me up in the comments. It's because of you that we're here and we're doing this. Again, thank you so much. All of this, of course, right here on the Rise Network. Some great stuff to check out across the board. Are you watching or listening to Lunchtime Trivia? There's some great episodes out there for you to take a listen to. And the score doesn't matter. It's just literally something for you to do at lunchtime. So you can also listen to my podcast for lunchtime too, and a couple others as well. I've got one called Cheesy Popcorn here on the Rise Network with my buddy Anavar, and then also Anavar is featured on another podcast with my buddy Andrew, his son Andrew as well too, with a podcast called Can I Call You Dad? Which to me, if you ask me, it's a little weird because Andrew is Anavar's son, so he should be able to call him dad. Why does he have to ask for permission? Anyway, that's it. I'm going to leave that one alone. Moving on, we're going to go to the Rising Star Spotlight of the Week. All great stuff on the Rise Network. Check it out because we're growing, and there's going to be some new stuff coming out as well, too. And maybe we'll get to that pickleball episode eventually. I don't know. It seems to be like the inside joke around here. Anyway, moving on to the Rising Star of the Week, the Rising Star Spotlight, as I like to call it. Got a chance to see this gal Friday night. She opened up for Jordan Davis. And you know what? I'd heard some of her stuff before. She did a song with Midland that I thought was really cool. And I was kind of like, all right, let me see what this gal has. And you know what? I'm telling you what, she's going to go up there. She's going to be another one of those names. I don't know how big she's going to be just yet, but she does have some great songs. She's got some great songwriting skills. She's got an excellent voice, and she has a very awesome stage presence. One of the things that I like to do with these rising stars is you can have great music, right? But what it comes down to for me is, how are you on the stage? Do you just stand there and don't do too much, or do you make the stage yours and play to the whole audience? And to me, that's, in my opinion, what makes a person a star, right? And there are some people, they just can't walk around, so that's fine. I get that. But give me the energy and give me that whole, that chutzpah, as they say in Yiddish. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. And that's exactly what Mackenzie has as well. She's from Hull, Georgia, so she's got the small town roots, so to speak. There's only about 230 people there. And she grew up singing in the church choir. Her father was a pastor, and he encouraged her to write songs. So, of course, she wrote, worship songs. And of course, the gossip from the town was a big source of inspiration for her music as well. And then she kind of moved on, and she decided that she was going to pursue a career in music. So she attended Belmont University in Nashville. And she became involved in the singer-songwriter community. If you know anything about that, it's a huge community. So much great talent going on there. So much left undiscovered as well. And some great songs that are coming out of there as well. Her first single was Can't Nobody, and she's open for artists like Miranda Lambert, Parker McCullum, and like I said, Jordan Davis as well. She went viral on TikTok. Because she wrote a song for Lily Rose called Villain, which was huge in 2021. It went viral on TikTok. Lily Rose kind of went viral because of it as well. And after seeing that song's success, Carpenter, she basically said, you know what, I'm going to use this platform for myself as well. And that's how she began building her fan base. And it's so awesome that she did, because she's got some great stuff. Like I said, I Wish You Would is a song that she did with Midland, a great song to check out. She co-wrote some of Megan Maroney's songs as well. Megan's got a song called Nothing Crazy on her latest album. That features Mackenzie Carpenter. Check that one out as well. They co-wrote that song together. Another great song from Mackenzie is Only Girl, and then Can't Nobody. And then she's got a really cool, I guess you could call it homage to Girls Just Want to Have Fun. She changed it up a little bit, and it's called Country Girls Just Want to Have Fun, but it's got the melody of Girls Just Want to Have Fun in it, but it's got a completely different set of lyrics, all, of course, for country girls, and it's a great song. I think you're going to love it. It's a catchy tune. It's one that's going to stick around in your head as well. And also, like I said, she's written multiple songs with Megan Maroney. She's like I'm Not Pretty. She co-wrote that with Megan Maroney. Indifferent and The 28th of June, all songs that she's co-written with Megan Maroney as well. And, she says the artist that pretty much have given her the inspiration. She pays tribute to a lot of country queens. She's really into trailblazing female artists. And we're talking, artists like Miranda Lambert, Dolly Parton, Shania Twain. Yeah. So you kind of get the feel for her songs. And like I tell you, I mean, she's got a great voice. She's got a great range. Her songs are they're so catchy. They get you from the hook and you just move on from there. And you know what? If you're a fan of contemporary country pop, contemporary country music, then you're going to like her. Her storytelling is relatable. She's very clever, very honest lyrics. And she's got a wide range of songs. Some are cheeky, some are girl next door anthems, kind of like Cowgirls Just Want to Have Fun. She's got some great ballads as well, and she's got versatility as a singer and a songwriter, too. She's also got a really cool story about her husband, who was introduced to her through her brother. And their birthdays are like literally a day apart. His birthday is on the 5th, and her birthday is on his birthday is on the 4th. Her birthday is on the 5th. Or maybe I got it the other way around. But like June 4th and June 5th. How cool is that? They've been married since October of 2023. And they got engaged in like Seaside, Florida back in 2022. And her brother kind of had a whole lead into that. And he told Cole, that's Mackenzie's husband, he told Cole that he was never going to land her. And, of course, well, Cole did. So there you go. Kind of a cool, funny story, especially because their birthdays are like one day apart. That's so cool. That's to me, that's one of those things that, like, you know, that kind of just gets to you. And just the similarities, right? And the coincidence of life and stuff like that. So cool, awesome stuff. And, of course, Mackenzie Carpenter, awesome as well, too. We're going to post up a couple of videos that I took of her, some of her live stuff as well in this episode. So make sure you stick around at the end of the episode to check those out as well. Maybe we'll post those on Monday. We'll figure it all out. I'm not exactly sure, but we're going to get some of that footage to you as well so you can check her out. But, again, Mackenzie Carpenter, the Rising Star of the Week, Rising Star Spotlight of the Week. And I Wish You Would. It's a great song from hers. Nothing Crazy, which is Megan Maroney, but that features Mackenzie as well. And then I'm recommending that you check out Country Girls Just Want to Have Fun and check out Mackenzie Carpenter. Do yourself a favor. You're gonna love her. You're gonna fall in love with her, and you're gonna fall in love with her music as well. It's very relatable. So there you go. That's the Rising Star Spotlight of the Week. Moving on, let's take a look at what happened in country music today, and also more importantly, who was born on this day. Now we're talking about October the 17th. So born on this day in 1958, a guy out of Newman, Georgia, country music singer. He's recorded over a dozen studio albums. More than 50 of his singles have appeared on Billboard's list of top 30 country songs. And like 35 were number one hits. He's the recipient of 2 Grammys, 16 CMA Awards, 17 ACM Awards, and is also a member of the Grand Ole Opry. And I don't know. Did I give you enough? Have you figured out who it is yet? Well, you may have to go down to the Chattahoochee to figure that out. Did you get it now? Yeah, there you go. Alan Jackson. Happy birthday, Alan Jackson. Born on this date, 1958. Of course, October the 17th. And let's move on. No second birthday this week, sorry. Which, by the way, if you have a birthday, you want to send somebody a shout out or something like that, let me know in the comments. Send me a message. We can hook you up and send out somebody a really cool birthday message. That'd be cool. Like, I think that would be cool. You know, if somebody did that for me and said, hey, there's this guy that I like. He does a podcast, and, you know, I got him to do something really cool for you. That would be so cool. That's like the personal touch stuff that you just can't get anywhere else. You know what I mean? So anyway, there you go. Let's take a look at country music history on this date. 1998, a family group by the name of the Wilkinsons. They made their first official appearance at the Grand Ole Opry, and they were there before. They made an informal appearance on the Opry. They were there with Vince Gill, and then that was way before they had their record deal. But the Wilkinsons were kind of a family powerhouse in the late 90s country music. You should check them out. There's some really great songs out there as well. Some great stuff that they did. There's a Penny song that I can't think of the title of. I'll give you a quarter for a call, a penny for your thoughts, and then I forget the rest of the lyrics. But some great songs from them. The Wilkinsons, you should check them out. You're gonna really appreciate that. In 2003, not necessarily a country thing, but only country because it was Anne Murray. She made history at the Turning Stone Resort and Casino in Verona, New York. She was the first woman to score a hole-in-one on the 108-yard par 3 17th hole at the Culhut Golf Club. So did you know that Anne Murray is a long-time golf enthusiast? I didn't know that until I researched all this information for you. So kind of we're learning stuff together here. Moving on to 2014, American country music vocal group from Homewood, Alabama. One of my favorite country groups, as a matter of fact. Little Big Town. I love them. I love their harmonies. Oh, man. They're so awesome. And they were inducted into the Grand Ole Opry by Vince Gill. of course. They've got albums that have accounted for like 24 singles on the Hot Country Songs chart, as well as the Country Airplay chart, including, number one singles like Better Man and Pontoon. I love Day Drinking. Not actually Day Drinking, the song Day Drinking from Little Big Town. One of my favorite songs from them. So cool that they were inducted into Grand Ole Opry. And then last but not least, in 2017, American country music singer-songwriter Chris Young was inducted into the Grand Ole Opry in 2006. He kind of rose to fame back then after winning season 4 of the reality singing competition program Nashville Star. You remember that? Remember the girl who first won? The very first season of that? She had like some great stuff, and then, I don't know. Anyway, let's look at the country music history. What a weird way to end. Oh, good job, Chris. Anyway, let's look at country music history on this date, of course, October 17th. And like I said, it's time to talk about what's going on in the world of country music as far as tours are concerned. Some really big shows are coming to, so I feel like I should go, there's some really big shows. You won't get that unless you were born in the 50s. Anyway, there's some really big shows coming up into my area this weekend. Lainey Wilson's going to be at the Allstate Arena tonight, as a matter of fact. So looking forward to that. It's going to be an awesome show. The Hoyle Brothers are over at Empty Bottle tonight as well, too, if you're looking for something local to do. And at Carol's Pub, Dave Graham and the Eskimos, check them out as well, too. Some great stuff going on tonight. And then tomorrow night, if you're in for a little bit of a drive and you like guys who break the genre of country music, and by break the genre, I mean this guy has been literally called the Billy Joel of country music because he plays the piano. Phil Vassar is going to be in town tomorrow night. He's going to be at the Genesees Theater, rather. That's in Waukegan. There's a parking garage right across the street, so you don't have to worry about trying to find a parking spot or anything like that. It's a great place to see a show, great older theater, so you get that very unique sound that you can only get in an older theater, and it's a great place to see a show as well. Phil Vash is going to be there, so that's going to be a great show as well. And then last but not least, tomorrow night at Bud City, Willie Locke going to be there as well. So some great stuff to check out. Of course, if there's any artists that you know about, hit me up and let me know. Phil Vassar is on like a nationwide tour. So check him out. Check his website. If you're looking for a date that may be closer to you, if you're not in the Chicagoland area. Lainey Wilson's kind of been all over. She's getting towards the end of her tour, so there may not be too many dates left for you to check her out. But check her website as well to see some of that stuff. I know she was in Denver, Colorado a couple weeks ago. A friend of mine saw her and had some great footage of her as well. I'm looking forward to the show. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to be totally amazing. Well, that's the episode for the week. So, folks, thank you again so much for joining us. I really appreciate you. Totally love the support and the love and the comments that you give us. And thanks to the Rise Network for giving us a home and the ability to be able to do this. And, of course, here's the thing I want to emphasize more than anything else. Make sure, no matter what anybody tells you, because they're going to tell you no, because it's your dream, but make sure you follow your dream, no matter what. No matter how many times somebody tells you no, get right back up, dust yourself off, and get right back at it, because only you can control what it is you want to do. And you know what? Why not live your dreams? I mean, because why not? What more can I say? I know what I can say. That's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you again next week. And until then, I'll see you on the flip side.